Alright guys, randoms here. Now I'm back on Reddit and I actually wasn't planning on making a video, but I saw this post and my eyes just sort of skimmed through it and instantly, I knew this would be really interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading it. I haven't read it yet. This is about a guy who's having trouble getting over his girlfriend's sexual history. So let's just get right into it. So my girlfriend has an adventurous past, you could say. She's slept with 37 guys, including me, so 36 other guys. Many were one night stands, a few friends with benefits, and a couple relationships. All right, so out of the 36 guys that she's had sex with, most of them were one night stands. Dude, I hope before you started having sex with this girl, you made sure she didn't have STDs. Like, I hope this guy wasn't some young, overexcited idiot who had sex with a girl that's going around having one night stands with like that many guys, and he didn't insist that she get an STD check. Bro, you better be wearing 2 layers of condoms, right? You better be double layering up. At first, I was cool with it. I didn't really care at all, which is very common at the beginning of relationships because your feelings are not that deep. Eventually, though, I found out some more about her past and it started bothering me. So this guy started asking for details. He started asking for details. She gave him those details and then he realized, yo, this girl's a hoe. One thing that really triggered me recently was that I was watching Clerks, and if anyone's seen it, there's a scene where this guy confronts his girlfriend and she says that she's sucked 37 dicks. It's honestly kind of hilarious that my girlfriend's exact number is 37, but it just caused all these thoughts to come running back to me. Yeah, you mean about all the one night stands she's had, all the times she's sucked sweaty cock in a nightclub? Jesus Christ, dude. I don't slut shame her. Well, you kind of are, and in all honesty, look, I mean, I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't really find anything necessarily wrong with slut shaming. Like, look, if a girl's only had sex with a couple guys, it's like, okay, then yeah, it's wrong. But I mean, if she's had sex with 37 guys, and I'm assuming this guy's a young guy, he sounds like a young guy. If she's had sex with 37 guys and most of them were one night stands, I mean, what else do you call that except a hoe? Like, I don't understand. I don't respect her less, then you're an idiot. If you don't respect this girl less for having this many one night stands, you are an idiot. And part of this depends on age, man. If this girl's like 50 years old, then I don't really blame her for having a number like that. But if she's like 21, 22, 24, then yeah, she's definitely a hoe. I don't place a woman's value on the number of... Oh my... This guy's starting to annoy me, bro. Like, this guy sounds like he's... As he's writing this, it sounds like he's predicting all of the women of Reddit attacking him. So he's just kind of trying to like make it lay it on as thick as he possibly can. That, hey, I'm one of the good guys. I'm one of the good guys. Women can do whatever the hell they want and I'll still say that they're great. Nah, bro, like, have some self-respect for yourself and stop being so afraid that women, like, this guy's trying to be a white knight. In some ways, I think it's positive because it means she's comfortable with sex and has some more perspective on things. Jesus freaking Christ. I feel like slapping this guy. I feel like literally, like, my right hand is shaking right now. Like, it just started shaking uncontrollably as I read this last sentence. Like, literally, like, if this guy was standing in front of me, I'd probably backhand him. Like, my left hand had to grab my right wrist and say, whoa, 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 whoa. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, all right. So, look. In some cases, like, is it perhaps sometimes a positive thing when your girl's not a virgin? Yeah, sometimes it's a positive thing because it simply means that she's better equipped to deal with her emotions. She's more emotionally experienced because a lot of her emotions do rush when you start having sex for the first time. So in some ways, is a girl that's had, experience with other guys before you perhaps something positive? Yes, in some ways it can be positive in the sense that she's more emotionally mature and that you won't have to go through a lot of the immaturity and the drama that's caused from people who have only had sex with you and therefore haven't learned how to properly regulate their emotions. But this guy is desperately trying to come across as, I'm a feminist, that kind of guy. This guy's pissing me off. I want to slap the crap out of him right now. But sometimes it just bothers me. I'm glad you at least have one testicle. I mean, this sentence, I was beginning to go based on the assumption from reading these three, how many paragraphs? 1, 2. These 3 paragraphs, I was going based on the assumption that you were a eunuch. That you had, maybe through some freak accident, had lost both your testicles. But this sentence, sometimes it bothers me is making me like think that perhaps you managed to hold on to at least one testicle. I'm proud of you. Don't lose that one testicle. Otherwise, you're going to go full in on this paragraph and it's not going to be any good. Maybe it makes me feel like our sex isn't special. Does this guy have a penis or a vagina? Is this a girl writing this? No, he says guys. Yeah, he has a dick. Okay. Because she shared that intimacy with so many others. I don't really stupid bastard. Okay. I just want to be clear that I don't ascribe any moral value to sex. I don't think she's a bad person for having sex. Well, do you think she might have STDs? I mean, do you understand, like, do you at least acknowledge that there is a connection between STDs and promiscuity in both men and women? And I don't think women are sluts and men are cool for having lots of casual sex. I just get it in my feels sometimes. But then so if women aren't sluts and men aren't cool, what are they? Is it just totally normal to go around having sex with as many people as you possibly can and then expect everyone else to be like, kumbaya, kumbaya? It's totally okay that you have no impulse control. It's totally okay that you may have an STD. It's totally okay that I can't trust you around your own friends. But it's okay because I'm not that type of guy. I'm one of the good ones. Friggin' prick. Has anyone had this issue and successfully gotten over it? I appreciate any advice. Yeah, I mean, I had this issue when I was much younger. My first real relationship. You know, my girlfriend didn't have this many guys she'd slept with, right? If she had this many guys, believe me, when I say that I would have dumped her super fast. I probably would have continued to have sex with her, let's be honest here. But as far as a serious relationship goes, nah. But okay. No, you're not gonna successfully get over this. I'm telling you. What's gonna happen is it'll become dull. It will always bother you to some extent. Because look, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you do have some possessive feelings over this girl. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, I have possessive feelings. That's sexist. No, it's not sexist. It's totally normal in a relationship for people to feel possessive over each other, which is why people don't like their partner, thinking about their partner with another person, even if it's in the past, right? Kind of common sense. But feminists don't like what am I saying, feminist? Like, just forget, it's not even feminist. It's just that the women on Reddit, girls on Reddit are just like, she can do no wrong. And if you have any problem with her whatsoever, you're this, you're that, you're that. The girls on Reddit are absolutely like, they're just silly people, right? But I mean, okay, bro, you're not going to get over it. At best, you might learn to cope with it. You might not think of it as often, but there's always going to be a part of you that resents her for it. And I know you don't want to I know you don't want to accept, or you don't even want to admit that a part of you resents her, because I can tell just you're writing this in a very kind of neat, very polite, very politically correct way, but I can tell you resent her for it. And I can tell you think of her as a slut. You're angry. You don't want to be angry. You're thinking, perhaps everything you've been taught to believe, you realize, I've been taught to believe this shouldn't be a big deal, but you're angry. So you're not going to get over it. I mean, the best you can do is cope with it. If I were you, I know this is not the advice you're looking for. I would dump this girl. Number one, the fact that she's had so many one-night stands tells me she has no impulse control. She's probably going to continue to have one-night stands occasionally. The fact that she's had friends with benefits. Now, look, a lot of people mistake friends with benefits. A lot of times, friends with benefits are just one-night stands that you see regularly. They're like a lot of friends with benefits. Sometimes they don't always start as friends. These are just people that you decide, hey, I want casual sex with regularly, and they term it as friends with benefits. But if this was like a genuine friend with benefits, where she was friends with a guy for a while and then they just started having sex and they remain friends, this means you can't trust her around her own friends. I would dump this girl so fast, it's not even funny. That's my advice, bro. If you're listening, my advice is dump her and find a girl that's just not a straight up hoe. All right, let's read the comments. She told the truth, didn't lie. Try not to suck. Okay. There is no getting over it unless that's something you're okay with. Very true. If not, then there's no reason to try to salvage things. Very true. You need to decide whether or not it's a deal breaker. If it is, break things off immediately. And if you have even if you even have a testicle and a half, if there's even still just like a tiny part of your second testicle that's still somewhere in your ball sack, you need to dump this girl immediately. If not, then you know that you lose the right to resent her for it later on. That's true, dude. You gotta either accept it or not. You move on. Now, again, part of this is determined on age. If she's much older, this becomes a little bit more forgivable, of course. But if she's like in her 20s or something, especially mid to early 20s, yo, this is unacceptable. This girl is trashy as far as I'm concerned. She's a hoe. Mate, I would say past isn't important, but 37 is a high number. But if you truly love her, you should learn to deal with it, mate. And since she is just loyal to you, how? This guy is making an assumption. How do you know she's just loyal to him? From what I read, she has absolutely zero impulse control from having all those one-night stands. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? She's with you though, so she chose you over 37 others. What's the this? I feel like this is probably a girl. I feel like I'm so sure this is a girl. All right, let's work on your insecurities. Another girl, 100%. This is another girl, 100%. So some guy called him a cuckold. She slept with him in the past. I'd never sleep with another guy. All right, I'm not even gonna continue this, man. This guy, hold on. This guy, you should be bothered with because there are more meaningless sex encounters a person had, the less they're able to have a true emotional bond with someone. This goes for a man or woman. This is not true. So, I mean, if you have like, I think to some extent, maybe you might get, dull or might get numb to like the meaningful symbolism that sex has, like the meaningfulness that sex brings into your life. I think that is true, but it's not true that you can't have an emotional bond with someone. This is just complete nonsense. All right, guys, by all means, if I were you, if you're in this situation, you need to dump someone like this immediately. I'm going to be messaging this guy and asking him if there's any other details to this. If there is, I'll be updating you guys as soon as I can. But this is shameful, dude. The fact that like, it's like, look, it's not even so shameful what he's going through, right? I mean, like, it's like, look, when you meet someone, you start dating someone, you're not going to instantly know everything about them, right? So it's not shameful to be like, hey, I dated a girl and I found this out about her. It's shameful the way he's writing it. It's shameful the way he's just like, he's oozing this whole, I'm a good guy. I don't, shame people. And look, this guy went through backflips not to offend these annoying friggin' women. And what do they write him? What are you afraid of? She's with you though. What's the problem with being chosen? Work on your insecurities. This guy went through backflips of trying to basically like walk the thin line of these women's insecurities on Reddit. I mean, of these women's sensitivities. And they're still pointing at him and saying, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? How dare you? All right, guys, I don't know. This is Random signing out, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment, I mean, that definitely does help. And this is Random signing off. Thanks for watching the video.